Welcome, welcome, Justin Wolfers.
Hey, Molly.
Jobs report. Let's go.
Big one, mate. It's not often I say that to you. It's not often I say one data point should change your mind, but this one should. Employment growth really strong. We created 172,000 jobs. Comes hot on the heels of two strong job reports, both of which were revised up. So the story of mid to late 2025 had been an economy in the doldrums, barely doing anything. Happy Kevin used to have to go out to face the cameras and he had to make facts up. But
What?
this
Let
time,
the record, just those, for those who have not been just completely obsessed with Justin Wolfers and his many milieus, Happy Kevin is Kevin Hassett, who
the
is
Minister for Propaganda
very
and Economic
smiley,
Information,
but also a big liar.
yeah,
I think that's fair,
just
right?
gave up his credibility, just said, "Here you go. Do you want it? I don't want it anymore. I'm not using this." Integrity? Apparently it's not required inside this house.
Happy Kevin, big liar.
Every time he's
Handsome Kevin,
smiling,
soon
oh,
to ruin himself for Trump. Yes, go
handsome
on.
Kevin is running the Fed. We
Yes.
are in a feast of Kevins.
Yes.
Pick your favor of Kevin. Flavor, not favor. I mean, you can pick your favorite Kevin too. So, look, Happy Kevin this time is going to be smiling and not lying, which has been a long time between drinks for him. I want to come on. I want to tell your audience, I am so excited. I love good news about the economy. I think when my liberal friends sit in the corner and sook and wish it was worse, so it would bring home the worst of our feelings about the administration, we're forgetting what we care about, who
Which
we
is the
stand
American
for.
people.
That's right. And the American people are getting jobs and have been for the last couple of months. The important thing coming out of today's report, there's all sorts of ways you can cut it. But the really important thing is it's not a good time to use the word recession. Take that out of your
Which
vocabulary.
is great.
It's fantastic. I'm so happy
Yeah.
about it. I love your joy about this too, Molly. And let's just, maybe we'll have a drink to the American worker, to the families that are finding it a little easier to get by, to
But
those.
wait, but can we just talk about that for a second? Because
Yeah,
even though the job growth numbers are good, I was told that it's like a very tough time for young people to get jobs.
that's
So
right.
explain how that works.
Great. So first of all, I just want to clarify the rhetorical move you just made, not because you're dishonest, but I want our audience to recognize it. When the government publishes a big top line number, like how many jobs were created, that's the story. Now, what we can always do is we can dig inside that and say some did really well and maybe some did worse. And so the moment you pivot to a subgroup,
Right.
usually right now it'll be liberals saying who's got it going tough, and it'll be Republicans saying who's got it going great.
Right.
When people do that, they're often only telling half the story.
Well, the reason why I bring this up is because I have an opinion column in the Times about grads, and I gave this commencement speech, and the grads are really having trouble getting jobs. And so I'm
Yes,
very much in that data, not
absolutely.
because I'm a
Yep.
partisan, which I also am.
No, no, but also what I love about that was just the humble brag. I was writing opinion columns in the Times about economics, and I was a graduation speaker. Where were you, the graduation speaker, Molly?
Bennington College, and I did not get an honorary degree.
No way.
Yeah,
After you've got
everybody,
that MFA, they didn't give you a PhD to go with it. You need to
but I do
negotiate a
have,
little harder. That's the price, mate.
I
I don't
got
know. The
a,
audience may not know this, but once you achieve Molly's level of
oh,
celebrity,
would you shut up?
universities
You get,
want a celebrity speaker. And so
oh,
what they
would you
do is it's a
stop?
quiet deal. They give you an honorary degree, usually an honorary doctorate of letters, which Molly deserves. And in return, she churns up and is charming and talks about recent employment statistics affecting college grads.
All right, let's go back to the actual thing we're
Yeah, so
talking
you're
about here.
right to say, so Molly, who writes about this issue for the New York Times and gives graduation addresses, pointed out young people are finding it hard right now. They are. And so the question is, how can we hold two facts in our head at the same
Yeah,
time?
and what? How did they relate to each other, more
Yeah,
importantly?
love this. So how is it the overall labor market's doing pretty well? College grads are finding it hard. Okay. For a given level of unemployment, we could either be there by hiring a lot and firing a lot. And that's been the history of the American labor market compared to any other country in the
Oh,
world. Lots of Americans lose their jobs every month, but lots gain jobs.
right,
And it's just like when you got the bath and you got the faucet on and you got the plug a little bit open, there's
right,
water coming in, there's water going out, and the level's stable.
right,
It could be there's a lot of water coming in and a lot of water going out, or it could
right.
be a little bit of water coming in, a little bit of water going out. So we used to be a high fire, high hire labor
Right.
market.
Right.
And for some reason, over the last few years, unemployment is roughly stable, but it's with very little firing, which is fantastic if you've got a job, you feel secure.
Right. But
But
it's
if you're the
bad if
guy
you're a recent
looking for a
college
job,
grad.
right, if you're looking for a job, this is terrible. So it's basically, think of the labor market as a game of musical chairs.
Right.
And it used to be the music was going quick. Now the music's going slow.
Right.
Now, that means that durations of money, if you lose your job, you're actually finding it tough. Everyone is losing their jobs, finding it
Yeah.
tough. And they're searching for work for longer than they normally would. And that really worries me. And the other group who really needs lots of job openings is college grads. And so
Right.
college grads, no one's hiring, therefore no one's hiring college grads. And then there's a little asterisk next to that, which is someone always says, oh, isn't this just AI?
Yeah. I'm
Now, in
glad
the future,
you just went to where I was going. So
you
keep
are the
going.
asterisk, Molly.
I am the asterisk. No,
That's
but the
great.
question is AI freezing hiring or are they just using it as an excuse?
Right. So at this moment in time, there are small subsectors of the economy where it almost certainly is AI.
Like
Coding is a
what?
really big one. No one
Right.
wants to hire a young coder anymore because we now have agentic AI that does the coding for us. So
Wow.
if you're coming out with a computer science degree, just, I'm sorry.
You're screwed.
And increasingly, by the way, young lawyers. So we're starting to see just hints of it. But across the labor market as a whole, most young people are not coders.
Right.
It's not AI
And the
yet,
yo- and the
but it
young
will
lawyer
be soon.
and the young lawyers are because of the contracts, right?
So it comes from thinking about what the lawyers do. And young lawyers like do discovery, which is they read boxes of documents. They do
Right.
boring stuff. And it turns out the sort of AI is advanced enough, the sort of stuff you could trust a 24-year-old lawyer to do, AI does it enormously cheaper and often more accurately. So in a law firm, there used to
Right.
be three sets of skills you needed. You needed to do actual work, you needed to have legal judgments, and you needed to be really good at going for lunch to get clients.
Right.
The work is now being done by AI.
Okay.
Judgment is a thing you get as a middle-aged lawyer,
Right.
and so we definitely need mid-career lawyers, and going
Right.
for lunch is what partners do. So
Okay,
there's a
so
lot of
Jess
demand at those levels.
so I'm reading in a question here from tired but actually very smart Jesse. Gold. Why are people going into gold?
Okay.
And explain that to us.
I'm going to start with my bias, then I'm going to give a straight answer, and then I'll give a not straight answer. My
Okay.
bias is gold is dumb. Okay. Here's the straight answer, pretending I didn't think gold was dumb. People believe that gold is a hedge against global uncertainty and, in particular, crazy prices, but also geopolitical risk. If I knew that my country was about to be bombed, I would probably want a suitcase of gold so I could walk out of the country with my
Mhm.
wealth intact.
Right.
If I thought prices were going to go crazy, for some reason, people think that the price of gold doesn't go crazy. And so they prefer having their wealth in gold. So just think about rising demand for gold is a demand for safety, either against inflation or geopolitical risk. So that's the textbook answer. Let me give you a completely different answer. What is gold? Gold is a yellow metal. It's not a very interesting yellow metal. It doesn't really do anything. So then why would I think if the world were about to melt down, why would I want a yellow metal rather than a gray metal? Why would I want a metal rather than food? And the answer is it's just a social convention. Gold is Bitcoin without the energy consumption.
Right.
And if you think that, what keeps the price of Bitcoin high? Because everyone else thinks that Bitcoin's useful.
Right.
That's
And
that's
that's
the story
gold.
with gold. Now, some
Is
people say
gold
it isn't the
what
same
if you
thing.
wanted to move to Argentina?
Both
Like
Bitcoin
Peter
and gold are
Thiel.
useful for that.
Okay.
So these are ways of sort of packing a suitcase and heading away from or going off the grid.
As one does. So there's a lot of money in AI right now in the
Yeah,
economy.
right.
And the feeling is that AI is going to make everything easier and cheaper and that it will take all the jobs away from the youngs eventually. Do you buy that?
Okay, so there's actually lots of different questions embedded there. So let me take a few different slices of it. So
Yeah.
one, there's two AI stories. One story is what's supporting the economy right now, which is building a lot of data centers.
Right.
It's actually a modestly uninteresting story, which is people build a lot of stuff, they need a lot of bricks, the end, right? And once you've built your data center, there's not a lot of people in it. It's just a big room
Right.
full of a lot of computers and air conditioning. So,
Using a lot of electricity and water.
yep. And so that's an important story for what's supporting the economy in 2025 and 2026. The more interesting thing is we are on the cusp of a technological revolution, and people differ widely about how revolutionary they think this technology is. And I've learned that every time I give my view, people confidently call me an imbecile and various other words. So I'm going to
So,
not confidently give my
but
view.
yes, but I don't need your view, but what I do need is isn't the gamble that if this technology is not as transformative as many people say it will be, that the
Yep.
economy will crash?
Uh, yes. Yes. Um, well,
That's what
one
I
thing it does
want.
is
Is
it
like it
smooths.
feels like there's a big gamble on AI being
So,
transformative.
right, a bunch of people will lose a lot of money.
Yeah.
Now, there's been investments made in genuine capital, as in data centers, but those data centers, it's sort of like buying a bunch of bulldozers, but they're the wrong size bulldozers to do the work you want to do, right? So if it
Right.
turns out AI is not important, all of these investments are just going to be big whales just sitting there doing nothing.
Right.
So some sector of some large number of people, including in fact many of our audience, because of your 401ks,
We'll
almost
lose a
all of the
lot of
stock
money.
market gains since over the Trump term have come out of AI. So if you're enjoying feeling a little wealthier now, if AI turns out not to be the next big thing, that wealth's gonna undo itself.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So that seems like a big, scary thing in the economy right now.
Right. But let's not only talk about the glass being half empty, right? So
Okay.
if we only talk about what might go wrong and we never talk about what might go right, we leave people with the wrong impression.
What might go right?
AI might be magnificent.
But then we'll take away all the jobs.
No. Okay, here, Molly, imagine that you're middle class person who goes to work and types meaningless memos all day.
Right.
Would you rather live in a world in which you're required to do that to produce our level of output, or in which the machine can do it for you?
Yeah, but if the machine can do it for you, then why do you exist?
We, why do we exist?
Well,
We get
why even
metaphysical
but
now
you're
so
not
that
gonna
we
have the
can feel
job.
joy
If
and
somebody's
change the
gonna take
world.
your somebody's gonna
No, no.
take your
Okay, right.
job.
So let me explain how the standard economic story works. And you're welcome to not buy it because it's more complex than this. But basically, anytime we have something that makes us more productive, whether it's the stump jump plow, the tractor, automation, robotics, AI, electricity, the steam engine, what that means is a bunch of tasks that were previously being done by humans no longer need to be done by humans. But the pie just got bigger. We make more stuff with less effort. For the average American across the whole economy, if you can make more stuff with less effort, that's fantastic. There is a concern, then, oh, well, then there'll be no work in the future. In fact, you can go back. There's a beautiful essay I recommend to the audience, which is John Maynard Keynes wrote Economic Possibilities for Our Grandchildren. It's just a short essay where he
Right.
was looking several decades ahead and said, given the rates of economic growth we're experiencing, the problems for my grandchildren, which is basically you and I, we are Keynes's grandchildren, will be that we have everything we want. You won't need to work, and how will you fill your day? And
Right.
that's very much the flavor of what you're describing right now. The thing is, if we free people up from the work of drudgery, think of it as freeing them. There are now two possibilities. They can fill it doing other beautiful things, writing poetry, giving graduation speeches, writing for the New York Times. Or the other possibility is we all now want more stuff. And so they're going to be productive in the parts of the economy that still need people, which might be healthcare or education or the rest of the service sector that's not going away.
So you think it'll be like computers and people will figure out other stuff to do?
Yes. And so, yes, when you free people up from one set of tasks and allow them to do others, they'll generally tend to move to those others. But when I say it like that, it sounds painless and quick and easy and so
Right,
on.
it's not gonna be
It's not.
that.
No, people are going to lose their livelihoods, their way of life, the security that they feel right now, and they're scared shitless as a result.
Right.
And so that transition maybe, I think, probably does take us to a better world, but it's going to be a painful path to get there. That's the honest conversation we should be having.
Will we be replaced by AI? Will there be AI Molly Jong-Fast?
There it is, mate. I coded one up, and she actually, in my world, what my AI Molly does is she reads the newspapers and she only talks about economics, and it's so
Nobody wants
fantastic.
that. Nobody wants it.
And
That's the real
sometimes,
nobody wants that.
no, it's really good. But look, we don't know. Look,
Right.
actually, so you maybe are safe because you're entertaining. You're fabulous. I am at risk. What is it that I and so this is where for the audience, I want you to understand how deeply I empathize with your fears about AI because
Yeah.
what is the only skill Justin Wolfers has? It's that I read widely. I understand enormous amounts of economics. I've read tons of it, and I'm pretty good at converting it into plain English.
Yeah.
Guess what else is good at that? ChatGPT.
But you can talk
Yeah,
and you
but
do teach.
Molly, you don't actually need to invite me onto your podcast. You could have interviewed ChatGPT this morning. It would have given you answers that were roughly as good as mine. And then you could have just talked straight down the camera without having to pay me the enormous appearance fee you're off. How much are you paying me for this?
Bitcoin.
Oh,
Actually,
Bitcoin.
you're getting paid in meme coin,
I love that Melania coin. I
Melania coin.
That'll be
That's right.
great.
That's
Yeah,
good.
that's a
It
safe
holds
asset.
its value really well.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. No, I think it's a really good point. Just like looking ahead with the top lines here, the economy is not as bad as a lot of us might have worried it was going to be.
Right
This
now.
is because Donald Trump is a very good president and is doing very smart stuff.
There's a survey question that asks people, what do you think about how American economic policy is? Do you think of it as being good, fair, or poor? In the latest survey, 77% of Americans, an all-time high, said that economic policy today is poor.
That's because Donald Trump went to war
The
in
highest
Iran.
that number has ever been under any previous president is in the high 50s.
Wow.
He is breaking records for people's belief in the incompetence and incoherence of his economic policy. So, look, I gave you that statistic so that you're not asking Justin, what's your view? I'll give you my view. I think it's been an incompetent, incoherent, poorly staffed, poorly run economic rollout. And I have reams of evidence for that. And you and I have talked about the chaotic trade war, the war with no end,
What so
the war
I
on the Fed, the war on statistics, the war on truth, the war on market forces. So I think it's a terrible, terrible economic policy, but more to the point, the American people think that. It's not just me.
if the economy is good, but gas prices are bad, how does that work?
Great. Good point. So what happened this morning was new jobs numbers came out, and I was so excited to share them with you. And I'm so excited that people are finding jobs and this institution of work that gives people dignity and money and a way to get by is looking a little rosier this morning. And I may have spread that excitement a little bit too thick. So let's situate it in the broader world. We have an inflation problem right now. The inflation problem is largely driven by Iran. It's definitely bolstered by what was happening with tariffs. We're stuck in a war over there. It's completely unclear when inflation falls, what affordability is going to look like, and so on. Inequality remains an enormous problem. The quality of our economic policy is terrible. And maybe what we're learning today is making mistakes in good times isn't too costly. But if we get hit
Right.
with a real challenge, which we were in 2020 with the COVID pandemic,
COVID.
we got the wrong set of fools in charge. So, look, I'm not telling you everything's rosy. I do worry I spend enough time with my liberal friends that they're seemingly incapable of copying good news when it arrives. So I just wanted to arrive today, Molly, and say, hey, guess what? Something good's happening in the world. That's
But the
terrific. And let's face that reality.
but the gas prices, like if you're trying to survive in this country, the gas prices are the biggest pressure.
Gas prices are high, food prices are high, inflation's continuing to be high. And the worst thing is inflation's rising and wages aren't keeping up.
Right.
So if you feel like you're not keeping up right now, that's because you are representative of the typical American.
Justin Wolfers.
Great pleasure, my mate.
Thank you.